Good morning. I couldn't find any real angles yesterday myself, any of the matches of interest. I do like Malmo though, we'll get to them. Dortmund, great result for them, a 1-0 against Paris Saint-Germain, keeping Kylian Mbappe et al. Out. Quite a feat this season. Kylian Mbappe, I think 8 Champions League goals or something stupid like that. Amazing player. Hope Wolves sign him next season. Second leg, all to play for. You'd expect Paris Saint-Germain to come out second leg and aim for 2 goals with home advantage. So it's going to clearly switch next week, favouring Paris Saint-Germain. Probably see that in the odds. Austrian Cup, no great interest there. Serie B, I didn't really get any strong handle on any of the matches yesterday. Just couldn't. Yes, a couple of red cards we could have played with, particularly Südtirol and Ternana. I was a bit of a Ternana not to get involved in this one, particularly at 3-3 with the red card in. Well, sorry, not at 3-3, at 2-3 lead for the red carded side. Not sure. No, the penalty had no relevance to the red big time difference. So from 2-3 to 3-3 to 4-3. So we could have played on a couple of occasions. Could have got the late Desmond 3-3. So that's the kind of opportunity you'd look for, I think. Old Perry, Como, near the top of the league. All got going very late, this one. Did concede first. So arguably, we could have got involved with this one as well. But it just wasn't feeling it yesterday in Italian Serie B. I think it was the timings of the matches that put me off. Malmo, Djurgården. Malmo did score first. They've had an excellent season. And where previously they got a very late winner against Djurgården in the Allsvenskan, Djurgården did respond with a goal. Arguably, could have laid the draw second half, but this is the cup. And where we have a cup, we might have team changes. We don't know about the attitude of the manager towards the cup. Let's have a look at the tennis yesterday. Only 2 matches, but plenty of action. From the trader's perspective, Alcaraz and Rublev, I did suggest laying out, because we're so deep, because he's 1.25, he's going to be even shorter, isn't he, after winning a first set. That's your value or low liability angle in. And off we go with Rublev. He's obviously there for a reason, late in the tournament. Taylor Fritz, well, he won the first set. No problem, really. I wouldn't have played that one, but Saver and Rybakina, do look for this in the future. 2 players from the same nationality, you can tell the flags, obviously going to know each other's game far better than players from a different country. Got the Davis Cup, etc. Maybe even could be training friends, you know. So Rybakina, gettable. You could have laid her at the off, or preferably had she won the first set, but she didn't. Now you switch. Because Putintseva won the first set, you take Putintseva on second set. Nothing doing for Andreeva and Sabalenka. It's all very straightforward. So that was a nice, easy day in the tennis. Only 2 matches to think about and good angles. So do look when you're tennis trading about how deep you are in the tournament, how short the odds are, whether they're pretty much out of balance, because obviously Rublev is a form player because he's here and he's deep. Looking on to today's football, and again, as I say, it's a small band of matches today. So let's get to Thursday. Chelsea and Spurs, as you very well know, I don't like playing derby-style matches. They can be very tough to unpack. But what we do have here is a Chelsea who are out of the European places. They can't reach the European places. Tottenham are having a little squabble with Aston Villa. They do, I think, have a game in hand. It's a very tough match for me to unpack, I'm afraid.
This market is now in play.
I can't give you any strong angles. But let's have a look at what the research suggests. Well, the research has gone for a Chelsea 2-1 win, and that sounds about right, at least from a both teams to score perspective. You'd expect that in a game. I suppose Cole Palmer would be an obvious anytime goal scorer, particularly as he takes the penalties, unless they're going to have a little hissy fit over it again. At least one first half goal has been scored in 82% of Tottenham's Premier League games this season. That's quite a stat to go to work with. So if it's 0-0 after 20 minutes, that could be a viable angle in, laying the draw in the half-time market or laying the 0-0 in the half-time score market. Europa League, as ever with these first legs, look at the odds. 2.4 the favourite. The market can't pick a winner. It's a first leg match. I can't really offer you anything research-wise. Aubameyang is doing well. All I can say is Marseille at home are far better than Marseille on the road. They're going to have vocal support, and the support is just the difference basically when Marseille are at home. Marseille have a history of red cards in at home Europa League games, so watch out. If you start noticing a yellow card count, which you'll get in the in-play stats or the research, you'll get them in the commentary as well. Once the commentary button comes up, you'll be alerted to any yellow cards. If there's an accumulation of yellow cards, particularly in Marseille's favour, then watch out. Both teams to score, yes. Over 2.5 goals. Marseille to win or draw. Possible red in the match. Roma and Bayer Leverkusen. I would ignore the draw stat for Bayer Leverkusen. They've started drawing after they've won the title. So I wouldn't take their recent draw itis in the Bundesliga as any concern. They don't need to win. They don't even need to make an effort in the Bundesliga anymore, but they're still picking up very, very, very late draws. Might that be the case today? Roma are under new management, Daniele De Rossi. Don't know how he's going to get on in Europe. They're unbeaten in 6 Europa League home matches this season, though, Roma. Leverkusen away form is a concern. Only 1 clean sheet. Both teams have shown a tendency to score early as well. So perhaps tonight we might see 2 first-half goal matches. Conference League, Aston Villa, Ollie. Aston Villa are excellent at home. They've got the right manager for a European push, although he prefers the Europa League. 6 consecutive home wins in this competition. So I think a Premier League side in the top 4 against a Greek Super League side. Let's be honest, it's the Greek league lacking strength and depth, a bit like the SPL. So you'd be expecting Aston Villa tonight to try to put this to bed in the first leg. 2+ goals scored in 6 straight home games, so we'll be looking for that today. Let's hope that Olympiacos score first. Ollie Watkins, anytime goal scorer. Fiorentina and Club Brugge, slightly favouring Fiorentina is the market. Let's see. Player to watch, Gonzalez, Thiago. Fiorentina are unbeaten since the start of the Europa Conference League. Club Brugge, 5 clean sheets under Nicky Hayen. So there's an interim manager, and you know what I feel about new managers or new changes. There's possibilities that they will see improvement, not in keeping with the market's expectations. Over 2.5 goals, I've been a little reticent about that with Fiorentina of late, at least domestically. But we will see. Both teams to score, yes. But you saw in the Champions League semi-final yesterday. This is why it's very difficult to keep the patterns going. We've got a Dortmund PSG match which ended 1-0, where all the prior quarter-final and semi-final matches pretty much over 2.5 goals, both teams to score, 2-2s, that kind of thing. So we can never tell. These are what I call derby-style matches. They're one-off affairs. So much at stake. It's very, very difficult to get a strong handle in. I might be up and about this evening. It's not a coupon which greatly appeals, I'm afraid, from my perspective, at least insofar as the use of my time staying up for 4 or 5 matches, which 4 of them are semi-final first legs. So they're very, very difficult to unpack, very difficult to read and to call unless you have an in-play stats feed. Chelsea-Tottenham in itself, London derby, as you know. It's all going Pete Tong for Tottenham, as I say there. So I might see you this evening. I have been having trouble sleeping, so that might help me stay up till 1:30 a.m. my time this evening. But it's not a compelling coupon, I'm afraid. Let's have a look at the tennis. Don't worry, we're going to get plenty of action over the weekend. English Championship is finishing Saturday at 12:30, so I might do a special hop on a quick live stream at 12:30. I've already given you a list in Saturday's research of the teams to look out for. Let's have a look at today's tennis. It's a walkover for Argo Lyceum. Daniil Medvedev against Lehecka. Quick look at the rankings. So you'd expect Daniil Medvedev. Lehecka has been in pretty decent form. I think he got rid of Rafa Nadal. Well, an injury-plagued Rafa Nadal. But that might psychologically help Lehecka. If you're beating the king of clay on clay in his hometown, well, in his home country, that's pretty impressive. He hasn't dropped a set yet, Lehecka. So let's hope that Lehecka scores or wins the first set. That will give us an obvious angle in today. You can see the markets respecting Lehecka. You've got a fourth in the world, only 1.53. Iga Swiatek, 1.08. Well, if we're getting deep into a tournament, as we did with Alcaraz yesterday, the best value you can have here is if Swiatek wins the first set, layer then. The odds will be extremely short, and it'll be a 3-hit at Madison Keys. Rybakina, you saw her coming through yesterday. Sabalenka, you saw with Rafa Nadal, 1.91, the favourite, tells its story. Well, it's a top four clash, so it's extremely difficult to pick bones with these two. They are top four in the world. This is a derby-style match, isn't it, for the football? So I'd be expecting a three-setter here, so probably lay the first set winner. That would be what I'll be looking at there. So a simple task, only 3 matches really of importance in the tennis. I'll be looking at a three-setter here because it's top four in the world. I'll be laying Swiatek if she wins the first set. Very, very low odds indeed. And I'll be looking for Lehecka, who hasn't dropped a set yet, to be competitive against Medvedev. We can only hope that Lehecka wins the first set to give us some value on Daniil Medvedev's odds. So have a great Thursday. League football is coming back tomorrow. Let's head off to Soccer 24. And I'll be doing another busy one for you on Saturday and Sunday. Luton and Everton, relegation 6-pointer for Luton. Everton cannot be caught. So it could be a mental switching off from Everton. Hoffenheim and Leipzig, but you never know what you're going to get with the Hoff. And the Irish Premier Division, First Division. So once the elite leagues are out of the way, I can start researching because we'll have a few matches under our belts now. Just a bit of patience. We've got some odds on favourites, as you can see, St Pat's, Cork City, UCD and Shamrock Rovers. So this looks like a tough clash for Shamrock today. They're not the usual short odds. So Friday looks good. Serie A, Torino, very tough to score against Bologna. And I've even done the research for the Eredivisie tomorrow for you. Eredivisie, both teams to score over 2.5 goals accumulator, just for a bit of fun on a Friday. I've been ever so close. You might want to put those into doubles and trebles or quadruples just in case one of them falls foul. At least you'll get some kind of a return. Getafe, Atletico Bilbao. So it's a solid coupon for a Friday. Don't forget it is pre and post Champions League, pre and post Europa League, pre and post Europa Conference League. So all of these sides involved next Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. They're going to have a tough time of it domestically. It's a hell of a schedule. So watch out. PSG Dortmund, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. And watch out, Atalanta, Marseille, Bayer Leverkusen, Roma. And I think Europa Conference League. I don't know whether it's not at the top. Olympiacos and Aston Villa. So all those teams this weekend might struggle just with a fixture list. The thing about taking them on at the weekend is the manager may necessarily rest some players, and then the team dynamic gets all out of kilter. So that's what we'd be looking at targeting, or at least being taking note of or acknowledging the fact that these sides are playing semi-final matches one week and then the next week, and in the middle they've got a small matter of domestic action. Aston Villa are away to Brighton. You see the problem with them. Arsenal are at home. Well, Arsenal aren't in there anymore. Man City are at home. Don't think they're in there anymore, are they? So it's just at PSG and Dortmund. But we're looking at Aston Villa away. That could be targetable. targetable. So be looking out for that. Have a great Thursday. Sorry it's a little quiet the last few days, but I can only play what the market puts in front of me. When you've got a London derby, you've seen all of the surprises in derby matches this season. This is why I don't like trading derbies, because the unexpected can occur. And semi-final first legs, probably not the matches you want to be trading in. They can be very unreadable. We don't know which way these are going to flow. Are they going to be tight, nervy affairs, like, for instance, an English League One playoff, a semi-final, that kind of thing? Or are they going to be goal fests, as with the initial stages of the Champions League quarter-finals, where it was 2-2s all the way around? You simply don't know. In-play stats are our only friend. So I might see you this evening, particularly if I'm having trouble staying up on tie time. It will fit in with the kickoffs here. Have a great Thursday. Might see you later.